Hello, how's it going? Yo, today I had some things in my mind. Media, TikTok, YouTube. Bueno, first, job update. I got an email back from the Polish thing, and I don't know. I don't like the tone of the email. Like I don't know. Is it just me or is it rude? Well, not rude, but like, could you please let me know, blah, blah, blah. The accommodation is for a long time. We don't have this information. Everything is discussed with the coordinator from Germany. As I said in the previous affair, we don't have this information. Everything is discussed with the coordinator from Germany. The coordinator in the second step of the recruitment process would tell you more. I don't know. It's like, these intermediaries, what are they for? If they don't know anything about the job, why the fuck do you have a company of giving people jobs if you don't know anything about the jobs you're giving? What is your fucking purpose? That is my question. I guess they're just like another filter, right? Another filter before, I don't know. I guess I'm just in a bad mindset or something like this. I think I will just apply, but I don't want to right now, so I will just not apply right now. So yeah, that is the update on this, and yeah, no other answers from the other things, from the gas station, nothing, from the delivery packets thing, nothing. So I think for this job thing, what I'm going to do in the coming days, no rush either, is just kind of build resumes. I don't know, try to build resumes, maybe using ChatGPT, but maybe not like templates or something like this. Something more like, I don't know. It's like less of a Lebensraum, for example, and more of a Bewerbung, you could say. In the Lebensraum format, in the more traditional resume, curriculum, CV format, but trying to paint a picture as if it was a Lebensraum. As if it was a Bewerbung, right? As if it was an application. Something like telling some kind of story of why do I want to apply there. So yeah, going over these and through the maybe that's what I should have done in the beginning, and yeah. So that it's probably coming in the next few days, but I don't want to do that today, to be honest. So I thought of some things that I wrote here. Lebenslauf. Yes. I mean Lebenslauf. I don't mean Lebensraum. What is Lebensraum? That's like is that some Nazi thing actually? Lebensraum. Yes, it was some Nazi thing. Lebenslauf. I definitely don't mean this. Do you still use the word for like non-Nazi things? Like if you want to say habitat, like an animal's habitat, do you just say Lebensraum? And it doesn't sound strange. Let's see. Habitat. Wikipedia. Deutsch. Habitat. Lebensraum dimension. Okay, I think it's like a regular word. Okay. Yeah, it's just a normal word, I guess. Okay, nice. Yeah, in Spanish, when you say in Spanish the word Lebensraum, like obviously, it's like if you say here the word Luftwaffe, people don't think, oh, the regular German army. People think the Nazi German army, right? I don't know if it's still called Luftwaffe in like the current one, because I think the words just mean like, right? Yeah, Bundeswehr, Wehrmacht, yeah. So if someone tells you, yeah, I work for the Luftwaffe, you probably are like, oh, okay, where are you stationed right now? But here, if they did say Luftwaffe, they are like, oh, the Nazi thing. Zentrum Luftoperationen. Lol, they have these. Flugzeuge. Eurofighter. Anyways. So, the things that I wanted to... I didn't know Lebensraum had anything to do with Nazis. How is it called? Lebenslauf. Lauf. Why Lauf? Lauf is like laufen, right? Laufen. How do you say meaning? Bewerbung, no. Bedeutung. Laufen. As the fusion in schnelleren Tempo sofort bewerben. Okay, yes, running, right? Correr. Okay. So it's like the run of your life, or something like this, right? I guess the word curriculum etimología. Yeah. Correre. Vitae. Curriculum vitae. CD. Lebenslauf. I guess. It's like the same word. Curso de la vida. Yeah, like... do you say when a river flows, do you say something like laufen? The river, laufen. Yeah, but Lebenslauf would be like how your life was going. Yes, like, okay. Okay, let's see. In the previous, Laufen Bedeutung, Laufen here. Bro. Laufen gehen. Über den Berg, laufen. I guess in general when something goes, right? So it's like metaphorically going as well, I would say. I guess, more like I would say. Der Wagen läuft auf seinen Namen. Das läuft.
Das läuft unter Sonderausgaben. Der Wagen läuft auf seinen Namen.
Läuft. Geschäft.
Laufen. Laufen.
Well, a flowing river would be like fließender Fluss or the fließende. Nah, I think there is a different word version, like curso. Let's see if there is like oh, look, this thing. This thing actually. Wasserlauf. Verkehrsablauf. Fortbildungskurs. Weiterbildungskurs. Yeah, this kind of curso. Like the river's course, I guess. Course of the river. You say that in English too, right? Well, you, we, they. Ablauf, Verlauf. Zeitiger Verlauf. So, the things that I wanted to talk about today. I don't know if it's enough to fill 40 minutes until 6 p.m., but I was thinking about these things, about media, TikTok, YouTube, etc. Right? Wait, why can't I? Water love would be discovered to how the water is moving, like what path it takes. Yeah, in Spanish it means, I guess it's the same thing in Spanish. Like the path that the water takes. That's like el curso del río. It's like if the path was like a racetrack, so for example, I guess something like that. Like the map of the river, maybe. I don't really actually know what the el curso del río means. I think it is like the path. So yeah, I was thinking about media in general, specifically stuff like TikTok and YouTube. And I guess this kind of not sure if dichotomy or not, of like doing things and watching people doing things. I don't really know what I wanted to say about this, right? It's like I never think that watching things is bad per se, but I think I am watching too many things and doing too little things. I don't think talking about nothing is bad, or like I don't think there is actually nothing, right? It's like I don't think there is nothing. So like even people who say, what did you do this week? Nothing. They are lying, right? They did something. And it is possible to talk about it. But I guess at a certain point, it is talking about things other people have done, right? So if what you can talk about is about things other people have done, because what you have done is seen, read, heard other people doing things, then it is lame, right? I guess it's lame. But on the other hand, talking with someone, for example, is still half of the part of that is, or like for example, doing an interview. If you are a podcaster and you interview someone, you have done something, right? You have created something, the podcast, and the way you did it was by talking with someone, aka mostly asking them questions, right? It's like your input is way lesser than their input. But maybe their small input is good enough to make you output things that you wouldn't have output otherwise, which is, I guess, nice in a sense, right? Sharing information, etc. But also, the thing you are outputting is something that if other people consume, yeah, basically, so it's like, especially I think of these things from the point of like the person who creates, right? The person who creates them. Video essays on YouTube, Mr. Beast videos, podcasts, TikToks about doing makeup or whatever the fuck, right? Videos about cars. There are kind of a lot of different possibilities. If I say I did nothing, I think it's like nothing that's worth talking about, I guess. Yeah. same, like I get it, because sometimes, for example, if I had a job, which I don't, but if my co-worker tells me something like, hey, what did you do this weekend or something, right? Maybe it's not that I think I did nothing. Maybe it's more that I don't want to talk about this with you, right? Or yeah, imagine if I had a girlfriend and I had a lot of sex. I probably would be like very happy or something, right? But I wouldn't be like to my coworkers, oh yeah, I had a lot of sex on the weekend, because it's something you can't talk about, right? It's something taboo or something, right? But it's not like you mentally categorize it as nothing. It's more like for polite reasons or whatever, right? Or like maybe even with your friends, right? It's like you're hanging out with your friends, and maybe it's like you don't want to be like, yeah, I was all night. Some people are like that, right? Some people are like, yeah, I was all the weekend, I was fucking, haha, or something, right? But maybe some people are like more private with that, because it's like a private part of their lives. Yeah, or like maybe your friends or like your family doesn't like anime, so if they ask you what did you do all weekend, you're like, nah, nothing. But you watched anime, because you're not going to be like, oh yeah, I watched the season 1 and 2 of Kimi no Namae wa or something, whatever, right? That's a movie, I think, right? So there is a little bit of that, in my opinion. There is that. But also, sometimes I am like, I did nothing, right? Like to myself. For example, every beginning of the year, lately, right? 2023. What did I accomplish in 2023, for example? That was what I asked at the beginning of the year. Or for example, at the end of this year, I will ask, what did I accomplish in 2024, right? Because I guess accomplishing versus doing or something like this. Because what I did, if I say I did nothing in 2024, it's like I did something, right? What did I accomplish? I don't know, but it's also, I don't mean it also in the accomplishment way, because for example, if it's like there is some doing that is more, not sure if accomplishment, because not really. For example, if you go on vacation, if you go on a cruise, you are not doing anything. You are literally just eating, go walking through a tourist center, and using kind of cruise facilities, maybe reading books or whatever, right? It's like you are having leisure or whatever. But it's like you can say, I was on a cruise, right? And it's like it's understood what you were doing. Or like if you go on a trip to somewhere, you do kind of trip things, etc. I don't know. Oops, sorry. I think I'm going to remove this because I think I'm not that sick. And today I'm not going to be that quiet, I guess. Or for example, it's like people who go to work just say I was at work. And some people, it's like they just leave it at that. They don't want to talk about work when they are hanging out with their friends, that kind of thing. Some people are the opposite, right? Some people love their work, or not love their work, but maybe love talking about their work, and they talk all the time about it or something, right? I don't know, maybe I should inspect why some things, for example, maybe it's like a feeling thing, right? Maybe when you are like with someone and they ask you, what did you do? And you say nothing, it's because you don't expect them to value what you did. Or maybe you don't value what you did because you don't expect them to value it. Or maybe you don't value it, and thus that is what caused them to not value it either, because you didn't put value on it enough. I don't know, maybe I should write instead of talk. Lately, I don't like talking. I feel like I never get anywhere if I talk. Like, not even with friends or with people or in general, right? Or with family, I don't feel like I get anywhere talking. Or videos or anything. Or these streams, I don't know. But other people's videos, for example, I don't like them either. It's not that I don't like them, it's that I don't. I always think, should I be watching this? And I never know if it's a yes or if it's a no, right? I feel like, for example, a couple of years ago, when I was doing all these community things, right? When I was trying to do the fucking not position, like this forum post of trying to help other YouTuber people do things. When I made this post like a couple of years ago already, I think I was like when I watched something, I was like, oh, this is good, right? I was like excited about watching good things. Now, for example, I'm like, they are making good things and I am not. That's sad. Or it's like, yeah, oh, they are making good things, but it's like I can't fully enjoy someone making a good thing because I'm like, I am not making good things and other people are. And that doesn't let me enjoy the good things that exist, for example. It's like if I watch a movie, for example, yesterday I watched a movie. The day before I watched the Bucket List movie, this one, yesterday I watched, what did I watch yesterday? I didn't tweet about it. Okay, let's tweet about it. Perfil. Oh no, I did tweet about it. Home. Quirky stuff. The Green Knight. I watched a movie called The Green Knight. Okay, I didn't tweet about it actually. August 20. It was 28th already, I think. Who cares? I started watching it at like 1 a.m. or something like this. The Green Knight. It was an interesting movie. Control. It was an A24 movie, so Green. I was going to watch the movie you said, Sex Drive, but I downloaded the version. Look, let me play it. Oof, I'm not sure if I can't play it too long, but.
Hello, my name is Sean Anders,
Can you hear anything?
Writer and director
It's pretty low, right?
of Sex Drive. Oh, hi, John. I didn't see you there. This is John Morris.
Screenwriter and producer of Sex Drive. Welcome to the unrated.
See, it starts like
uncircumcised-
this. And I was like, what the fuck? Then they explain that this is like the unrated edition. And they literally tell you, don't watch this first. It's like, watch the regular edition first. And a girl is like chestless, and then they show like a guy with like his whole dick showing and all this. And this is like 2 hours and 10 minutes long instead of like 1 hour and a half or something. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch this one. This one. I watched The Green Knight because of this tweet, and this medieval morality play, perfectly adapted to a modern audience while not ceasing to be effectively a medieval morality play, was interesting. It is a bit of this traditional, it's like both telling the traditional story, as in hero's journey, home, out of the village, thing happens, back to the village, but also knowing that people know that circle, giving it some little twists and playing up some kind of fantasy. I don't know. It's well done, in my opinion. So yeah, it's an A24 movie, but it's less like what if the real monster was racism, family trauma, or like stupid boyfriend, because A24 movies are like that, right? Are like, they are like very fantasy about like very real quotidian things, and this one is more about actually very fantastical, but also about in a kind of a fantasy setting. It still has like modern tones. You can tell it was a movie made in post woke or something like this, but it's interesting, and it's also based in like an old book apparently, which was interesting. Okay, lol. Yeah, it was. I think I will watch that one today. Let's see. I found Reddit /r/piracy, and that website has a mega thread. So they have like a list of websites where you can stream movies online. And I was like, I clicked on a couple and they were like decent. Plus this, it seemed decent quality. So I might start watching there instead of torrenting. And if I go to Germany, for example, I will definitely watch those movies instead of torrenting. Obviously, I want to torrent in Germany. Good to know, I guess, lol, yeah. It's interesting because they update it often, which is the main problem of like all of these FlixWave websites, etc. Can you send me a link on Discord or something? Sure. And it has here the goat icon, I assume, for the ones that are like more goated. And yeah, I think I could more or less agree with this one, all film buffs, because I looked up a film that it is on Pirate Bay, but it didn't download, so it's like the torrent is old. It's a movie that is on YouTube, but it's not in super high quality. And here it is seemingly in 1080. I don't think it's full. I don't know. I don't trust it's 1080. But I don't know. It more or less looks okay. So yeah, I might check this film. Sorry. And yeah, Discord. And yeah, there are options, mirrors, etc. So it feels like a nice place. And yeah, there are anime stuff as well. There is like East Asian drama, direct downloads. Oh, I thought there were anime things. Maybe not. Oh yeah. If you go to the mega thread, then there are like different sections. And you can be like, yeah, all purpose anime, like this is the mega thread. And yeah. Games, books, emulators, software, and safe sites. What the fuck? Oh, nice. Interesting to know like the collection of unsafe sites. Books. Okay. I won't stream it just in case, but yeah, that's basically like it's Reddit, I guess. I can stream Reddit, the site, right? So yeah, basically this movie was interesting. I think the post-woke vibe can be felt. Basically, with post-woke vibe, maybe I just mean that the main actor is like Indian and it's like a medieval setting. So it obviously makes no sense in that sense. But it's like, why is King Arthur's son-in-law from India? And like, why is the mom like his sister? Because it's like his son-in-law, no, not like his son-in-law, his nephew, something like this. It's something like that, right? It's like, why is his nephew Indian? Why is King's Arthur's sister? Why is she like Indian looking? I don't know. I didn't get that part. They are making they are making medieval people woke. I think the post-woke vibe can be felt compared to these pre-08 movies I've been watching. LOL, but it's always nice to watch an A24 movie. For example, A24, I like when A24 does post. I like A24 in general because the post-woke movies that it makes are cool. For example, like the Everything Everywhere All at Once was interesting, and like it's a very post-woke story because it's like literally a story of like Chinese immigrants in the US or something, right? So it is very much like a type of story that wouldn't have gotten told in the old days. It's like no one gave a fuck. It's like now it's you can make a movie out of it and have profits or whatever. Or like Past Lives it's like it tells a story of like partners who are like one is from the US and the other is from Korea, and they are like there's like this kind of thing. So I like how they approach those movies in general. But yeah, this one was like a medieval thing, so it's different, right? It's like all of their movies are like post-woke in that sense, but so it's not post-woke bad, but I was thinking about watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with my dad when I was there, but he didn't have it. Maybe I'll find it here then, lol. Maybe. I like the book. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Very short book, it's like very thin. Maybe I'll reread it one. I think that was my summer read some time ago. I remember reading it in the pool, on the pool. Like today, this summer, I read the fucking whatever book. I read that one in the pool. Never read it, but I didn't read much apart from mangas. Oh. I have some comics sitting here that I haven't read. This is a comic by a Spanish YouTuber. And I think I put it on my table so I could read it, but never did, I guess. Had to read 7 books for school, but I only read 3 of them. I think I did read my school reads. I don't know. I didn't have anything against school reads, to be honest. I always ended up liking the book. Honestly, I think I should have gotten a job. Like, I am the type of person who, when they tell them what to do, I'm confident. Like, I do it, and I'm fine with it. Right? If they tell me things at school that I need to learn, I generally I can comply. I'm not like anti-rules or anything like this. Well, I guess in university I was more anti-rules because I did fail a lot. So in that sense, I didn't comply. Okay, maybe I changed my mind. Okay, I guess back to this. Yeah, I think I was talking about the movie because I was like, when I watch a movie, with this particular one, with this Green Knight movie, I wasn't like this. Yesterday I watched it and I guess I could get into the story, I guess, right? Because maybe because of the type of story. But some other times I can't get into the story and I am more like thinking of how did, for example, the movies that I have watched before, for example, the Wanted movie, the movie about like shooting, doing these things. In those movies, when I look up the creator afterwards, right, I'm like, I am kind of looking, for example, like Mark Millar. He's the creator of the comics in which the Wanted movie of the shooting in and bending bullets was from. So like Mark Millar wrote some comics and now he's probably like rich because he wrote some fucking comics or whatever, right? And they got made into movies and he sold the rights or whatever. Or like he has a production company for producing movies of his own comics and it's called like the Millerverse or something like this, right? The Kick-Ass movies, for example, that I like, turns out they are from that person, right? And like the movies, not the movies, but like the script. And yeah, I don't know, I was like, when I read those types of stories, right, I get a certain sense of like, I'm not doing enough. I don't know. And I get that sense lately with with more and more things, like with watching YouTube videos, watching podcast interviews, right? It's like both senses of like, I couldn't have done this and I could have done this, right? So for example, some guy in America, the video I watched yesterday while eating. Okay, by the way, eating. Things I ate. Yesterday I had for dinner while watching this video sandwiches, 4 sandwiches, egg and like not pepperoni, salchichon. It's called salchichon in Spanish. Yeah, it's some kind of like, kind of pepperoni, but a little bit less spicy. Like salami, it's less salami basically. Salami and egg sandwiches, 2 of them, one with ketchup and one with mayonnaise. No, one with ketchup and one with mustard. Then salmon with mayo and like cheese, but like Parmesan cheese that in like cubes instead of like, I don't know. And did it have avocado as well? Maybe it had avocado, maybe not. And then another like kind of not ham. It's called lomo. lomo embutido, no, inglés. Stuffed loin, pork loin. Yeah, like pork loin. Cured loin of pork. That. Pork loin sandwich, and the pork loin was good, but yeah, it had a bunch of other things. It had like cream cheese and like avocado. So yeah, it's like varied things, strange tastes, strange distributions, that kind of thing. Like the classic problems that I mention all the time, also in my video, Food for the Week. I liked Shah Novelle. I don't know if you can translate that title in English. Let's see. I guess this is when we were talking about books, right? Forget to read chat. Novela de ajedrez. Yo, there's a movie. Looks strange. Critic against Nazism and Gestapo. Interesting. Published in Buenos Aires. He was forbidden in Nazi Germany. Damn. Do you speak English? I think so, right? Why? Do you? Cameron McQuillan. So yeah, what was I talking about? What I ate. Okay, so I ate those sandwiches, and what then today for lunch I had Japanese curry and salad. Salad, my mom makes the salads kind of acidic, so it was, I guess, maybe a little bit too acidic for my taste, but I don't know, acceptable. And curry rice, like Japanese curry. I think it was not homemade, and it was like the curry, it's a paste, and it was like Japanese curry paste. My volume is really low, I can't tell. Oh, okay. I can't go louder than this, sorry. I could try, but it's already like 10 decibels over what it should be, and it's like already peaking in red here. Like when I speak here, it's always touching the red, basically, whatever I say. So, I don't know. Maybe if I talk a little bit lower, it doesn't reach the red. But yeah, as long as I say something that peaks a little bit, it's already kind of almost peaking. So. Yeah, that's normal in his stream. Turn up the volume a bit and it should be fine. Yeah. I don't know. I should get a better mic, I guess. One of the podcast mics that Hanyo has, maybe. But until I have a job, no, I won't. So, sorry. And yeah, for lunch today I had this curry rice. And okay, and yesterday while eating those sandwiches, I was watching an American guy build this kind of solar powered car. It was basically like a car built out of 2 electric e-bikes. So it was interesting, right? A cool video. Those videos are cool. I like seeing videos of people building cool shit, but I like seeing them less than before. Before, I could just watch them and even analyze them a little bit and be like, okay, nice pacing, nice, interesting video, blah, blah, blah. Today, I still have a little bit of that, and it's a little bit more critical too. It's like, I like seeing the process less, and I like seeing more, I guess. I don't know. I like some balance. Some people I like seeing the process. Some people I feel like they put too much process and too little pacing. And yeah. But like the main feeling that I get when watching these people is like, I should be doing this kind of shit, right? It's like, why am I not? I mean, I kind of I'm putting like excuses on my mind as on like for why I am not doing it, right? So for example, it's like I'm seeing this guy living in this fucking. I can pull up the video to be honest. YouTube DIY solar. Let's see. Drew Builds. I think the guy is called Drew Builds or something like this. Yeah, this. Yeah, so you can see like where he lives. And I was like, bro, in Spain you couldn't
With
build
all the
this shit.
hype around solar power and electric cars, the rim.
It's like, not that you couldn't build it, it's like you probably could find a place where you could build this thing. But it's like the places in the middle of nowhere are too in the middle of nowhere to be able to, for someone to have a shop like this and not be a fucking pain in the ass, right? And it's like nowhere is this not hilly. Spain is a very hilly place, right? It's like nowhere is this flat in Spain. I mean, there are maybe some places that are flatter, but even the pretty fucking middle of nowhere places in Spain, it's like in Spain, the places that are in the middle of fucking nowhere are usually because it's hard to get to because there are mountains, right? And the flatter places are more or less the places with people. I don't know. It's a simplification, gross simplification, but yeah. Okay, then. Is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe Stephen Hawking? No. It's some guy called James Clark or something like this. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Book. Douglas Adams. Okay, not Clark. Clark is a different science fiction author. Douglas Adams. He's not, I think he wasn't not a physicist or anything like this. He was just like a writer. Damn, he died so early. Monty Python. Crazy. Michael Reeves could probably do one of his videos if he didn't live in America. Yeah. Also that a little bit, right? It's like if you are in the middle of fucking nowhere with your car and you record it in the United States, it seems like people don't give a fuck, right? If you pull up to your neighborhood roads with this one, like driving this on the open road, people don't give a shit. Here in Spain, people would probably be like calling the fucking police, being like, this guy is driving this strange thing, he probably doesn't have a license, this thing is probably not like homologated or some shit like that, right? And let alone the things Michael Reeves builds. I think those are probably like considered manufacturing weapons, and you have to have a license to manufacture weapons that only like 3 companies have in the whole country or something shit like that. But I mean, his stuff is probably like different. Does it work at night? No. That was, I guess, it's like it doesn't even work that right in sunset. It's like it has infinite range if there is sun, basically. And like if there are no clouds and all of this. It was a cool build though. But yeah, basically what I was thinking when watching this video was, for example, I can't do this in Spain, like it would be impossible, like there are too many mountains here, right? So it's always kind of this negative talk, and it feels not productive, right? There is some negative talk that is like productive. For example, if you are like, okay, I can't build this here, what can I build instead, right? If I was like, okay, what could be the equivalent? But I don't think like that lately, right? I think just like, I can't do this, or like, I wish, right? It's like I don't have a shed that big, or this kind of thing, right? Then I remember other people, right? And then it's like they built in their driveways. For example, Mighty Caramots started in like the mom's driveway. And it's like in Spain, there are no driveways. It's like in Spain, there is fucking parking spaces that are for like everyone. So like you can't just, I don't know, you can't build a car there. Or like probably, it's like probably someone is going to call the HOA and be a pain in the ass, and you're going to have to move your car or like stop. Like if you leak oil in the fucking pavement, you're probably going to get fined by the town hall because they are like public roads technically. Something like that, right? There is probably something like that going to happen. I wonder how he started, for example. Let's check the beginning of the channel. I like doing this. I used to like this doing this more, but too. Okay, he started building like literally aquaterrariums or this kind of shit. Oh, these epoxy buildings. Sorry, epoxy tables. These were cool. I built an igloo tiny house. Yo. That's crazy. But in general, I feel strange about these videos. For example, you can't see anything. Basically, this was the crazy thing. It's like, why does this video have 2 million views? Because 2 million people want a carved stone sink? Hell no, right? It's because 2 million people want to see someone else carve, or maybe want to see someone else carve a fucking rock into a sink. It's like you don't want to watch that. Sorry, you don't want one yourself, or you don't even want to do it yourself. It's like you just want to watch it. And I'm like, to what extent is that good? And for these videos, I'm like, okay, at least it's something else, right? It's like, what if someone the only thing that they do during the day is watch these things, right? If they watch someone carving a stone sink, someone fixing blah blah blah, someone making a portable wood oven, someone making a tiny camper, someone making a tiny house, someone blah 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 blah, blah, right? Someone making a resin table. It's like, but they live in an IKEA house. They live in an apartment made out of IKEA shit. It's like, what the fuck, right? I don't know. It feels strange. It's like if you build yourself a resin table and then you don't want to build a carving, you don't need a fucking sink because you already have one, right? But you watch this, it's like, okay, it's cool. It's like you build some things, but you watch some others. Interesting. I don't know. It's like there is a balance. I feel like it's more balanced and it's more interesting. But if someone only watches this shit but doesn't do anything with it, it's like if the hobby itself is just watching the thing, it's like, on the one hand, I feel like it should be okay, right? It's okay that someone just likes watching it. But on the other, well, with its entertainment, what the difference is if I watch stuff like that or watch anime, maybe other random YouTube videos or streams. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe the point is that there are several kinds of entertainment. It's like even within the category entertainment itself, there are like several things. There are different things, right? So it's like, for example, if you're entertained by driving cars, for example, and it's like, for example, this guy, if he doesn't sell anything like this, right? Or if he didn't, if someone who watches this type of videos, but then makes the thing, it's like, okay, maybe you don't know how to make a fucking sync, right? And in this case, it's useful to see someone do it, and you're like, okay, that's actually interesting. Maybe I could have just fucked around for like 3 hours trying to make a sync, and it doesn't work, right? But maybe they watch this video and they learn like 5 techniques that it makes it easier or something, right? And they watched a 10-minute video to save them a lot of time. Fucking great deal, right? The internet is wonderful, but because the hobby itself is fucking making the sync, right? So if your hobby is making the sync, your entertainment is making sync, then it's cool because it helps you, right? It makes the process smoother. So it's like the first sync that you make is already decent, and the next sync you make is even better or whatever. I don't know. But if the entertainment is watching sync videos, isn't it too much of a time sink? Not like pun not intended. It's like, or same with driving cars. That is the example I wanted to see. It's like, if your hobby is driving cars, it's like, for example, going to the circuit, going to the track. It's like, I understand that it's expensive, right? So maybe you need to fill your time with other things. Some people, for example, choose maybe to drive cars that are fake. So, for example, they get a wheel and they get this kind of sim racing setup that maybe some people choose instead of actually driving a fake car, they choose to watch real people drive something. But then there are some people that choose to watch the people driving the fake cars, right? I don't know. There are like so many layers and so many like different paths to get to different places. But it does feel like degrading, right? It does feel like degrading in quality. There are exceptions, right? So there are some places where it seems like it does a jump, right? So for example, maybe it degrades. For example, I don't know. To me, it's intuitive, right? It's intuitive to me that watching someone drive cars is not the same as driving the car. Watching someone, I don't know. Well, the first step is like there is like a tree, right? A kind of a tree structure. It's like the real thing is driving a car. Then watching someone drive a car is less real. Then here, it's like simulating driving a car is less real than this. And then here is like watching someone driving a simulated car. And I think I would put this kind of here, right? It's like watching, it's still not even doing, it's like not even doing a fake thing. But at least you are watching a real thing. But this is just like literally watching a fake thing. But then there are like side moves, there are like lateral moves. So for example, here, driving a car, but there is someone who makes the game, right? So above the people who play the game, there are the people who make the game. But it's still making something fake, but it's real, right? It's like it's a simulation game, so it's not making cars, but it's something real. I don't know. It's like, and here, for example, technically there is like if the hobby is driving cars, there is someone who is making the car, someone who is making the track, blah blah blah, right? But driving cars fast in a racetrack, and this is the context, right? Is a hobby. It's like something real. Then, but there are constraints. It's expensive, blah blah blah. So it's like I understand that you would watch someone do it, or you would do a fake version of it. I think the real, it's a real thing, right? It's like there is kind of a scale that is reality. this. And I don't know, it kind of bothers me, right? And like it's like this, each place, it's like for you to be able to do this, right? For someone to be able to watch someone, it's like this person has to record themselves doing it, right? They have to output something for the other person to watch, right? Same with this person. It's like this person who is essentially doing something fake, a copy of the real thing, has to broadcast himself in order for someone else to watch it, right? It's like then I can even do this, right? I can do image, size of the painting, and I can put fucking double height. Okay, let me do it like this. Imagine. Fucking double height. Then if this guy, it's like this guy could be me, right? Someone watching a guy playing car video games. Then someone else, this fucking guy, could do a video like reacting to the 10 best racing games online, right? And they make a clip compilation of like the best whatever, right? It's like, or yeah, the best top 10 best reaction videos to shocking scenes in car games or something like this. It's like reaction, like 10 funniest reactions to car crashes in iRacing, for example, right? And it's literally and then there are people watching the fucking video of the person reacting to fucking fake car crashes, right? I don't know. It's it's like how deep does it get? I think I get what you mean, but I myself don't really mind. I always think to each their own. As long as you don't expect me to do the same, you can do whatever you want. Would watching someone code the fake driving game be considered higher than someone playing the fake game? Okay, well, let me read everything. Oh, and even more below, that would be a reaction videos of the person playing the fake game. Lol. Yes, it's the same. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Would watching someone code the fake driving game? Okay, so fake driving game code. This is, I guess, the person who codes it, and then the person who watches it. I mean, I think watching it is always below this. I mean, the graph is no longer useful, but could watching higher than someone playing the fake game? No, I think if you are watching, it's always like below playing the fake game. It's like even if it's one step below, it's still the height is super low. Like it gets dropped down. It's like this thing, right? Watching someone do the real thing, driving car videos, is still below that, in my opinion. Unless, I don't know. But it's not clear for me, right? For example, and I think it depends a lot on the example, right? Here I am talking about racing drivers and all this, right? Maybe if you get Fernando Alonso here or like Max Verstappen or anything, they will say, actually, I learned way more watching someone drive through the track than I learned playing the track myself. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe there are like differences. So for example, yeah. Maybe in football, for example, it's way different. It's like maybe in football, watching a football game, if you do it right, it's like maybe Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't played FIFA ever, right? But he has watched probably a ton of football because it's like in training, they are like, okay, yes, look at what the other rival did in this time, right? I could see the height of the things changing. But I mean it more in this entertainment sense, right? It's like, it's generally like more, I don't know, I feel like it's, yeah, I think the height in this in this graph represents something, right? I think the height it's like you should aim to be the highest you can, right? I don't know. I think there is something funny about being the lowest of the low, right? But I feel like if you are caught up in the lower levels, I don't know. Also, like if you are caught up watching in the lower levels, it's. I feel like it's the worst, right? If your day consists in watching reactions, I don't know. I don't know. I also feel like if your day consists in watching reactions of people doing things, of like people doing fake game things, you've reached such a low point in the scale that it actually becomes interesting again, right? It's like you probably can make a video about it and it's interesting in some way. But I also feel like it isn't, right? I don't know. I feel like in a level, yeah, I feel like all of these things are like things, like the higher you are in the scale, the more straightforward making a video of the thing is, right? So for example, if you are driving a car in a racetrack, making a video of it is kind of a straightforward, right? It's like no one is going to question it, or maybe there are a couple of people who question it who don't understand video, right? But in general, right? No one. It's like, okay, you are recording your lap in the track. Makes sense, right? It's like people do that to get like to record your track so you can watch it later and know where you failed, etc. Right? Then there are some people like who are maybe question it a little bit less. But if you are still playing the game and you record your lap, it's like, okay, I get it, right? It's like maybe you want to get better at the game, even if it doesn't fully translate into real life or whatever. Right? It's like, okay, I understand it. But then you start going lower, and it's like, okay, you are recording your reactions of people playing the game. Okay, that is strange. And then there are someone who is like recording the best compilations. It's like the lower you get, the more absurd it gets, right? It's like there comes a point where like pointing down the arrow is like either impossible or like it makes no sense. Something like this, right? It's like, for example, me streaming, right? It's like there is some point in which me streaming, me making a video, it's like if I went to some of those videos, I have streamed myself uploading a video, right? If I went to one of those streams and I was watching my own stream of me uploading a video or me timestamping a video and I was saying something about it, would get to a point where it's like ridiculous, right? Where it's like, what are you doing with your time? And like, not just what am I doing with my own time, right? It's like, what am I doing with your fucking time, right? It would reach a point where it's like so absurd that it makes no sense, right? It's like where it's basically like playing a gambling machine on stream, which is what people actually do, right? That is also another thing, right? It's like I have watched it, right? Because it's a guy I find funny, right? I watched some guy play slots on stream, and it's like, why the fuck is that a thing? It's like, who the fuck watches that, right? It's like, who watches some guy gambling on stream with like, because it's also like, it's like the contracts for streaming there are like they give you fake money to gamble. So it's like you are not even seeing people gamble with real money. Why would you watch it? I don't know. It's like, because I watch it, right? And I don't understand it. I don't understand what is going on, for example. I don't understand how the machines work. It's like they are slots, they are strange slots. So I don't know exactly when he's winning or when he's losing, right? Like, I mean, in a big picture way, I do know because there is like a place where it says how much money he has, right? But because there are like these fucking strange conditions where they give you fake money, they give him fake money, but out of the fake money, he can extract real money if it gets to a certain point. I don't know. There is like a whole fucking strange incentive so that he can keep playing, that kind of thing, right? But there are people who in the chat, for example, in this streamer's chat, who know what's going on, right? And they are like, okay, and they know the lore and they know the fucking words and everything. So it's like, it's called wager apparently. Right? It's like, okay, you have like X $1,000 waged. You only need to wage X more, and you are in the clear, or you can extract, and like they celebrate, or it's like, fuck yeah, you got X amount of money. Oh fuck yes, you need to do the bonus rounds on this fucking machine. Oh, please go to the other machine, that other machine, and it's all. First of all, it's like all fucking fake machines, right? They are all they are all like a fucking program on the computer, right? I don't know. And it's like, it's insane. I don't know, to me it's insane. Right? It's like, I understand why the person doing it would do it, because they get paid money. But why would the person watch it? This is the thing I don't understand. Right? It's like, there seems to be a point that you reach where the person watching, it's like, it doesn't even make sense that the person is watching anymore, right? I don't know. On some way, I do understand it, right? It's like, why would you put your own fucking money in gambling when you could just literally watch someone else gamble, right? Fuck it. I don't want to lose my own money. I don't have money to lose. Why would I gamble? Why would I do the real thing, right? I understand that part. But if you wouldn't do if you are not going to, it's like, I understand watching someone drive if you can't, right? If you cannot afford every day going to the track, I understand watching videos of people going to the track. If you want to buy a car too, but a game, and you don't know the game and you want to watch videos of it, it helps, right? I don't know. It's complex. I saw a video once where someone won the slots, but they didn't pay her, and said the machine was broken, lol. Yeah, these are like, it's not real slots, right? So it's like, there are no real machine. It's literally a website. And they are paid by the website to play in that website. It would be so funny if it would be like, okay, yeah, I mean, these websites can do it, actually, right? They can do it. Okay, we are not paying out your money because X reason, right? One of the reasons they can give is like this wage amount. It's like, sometimes they give you free money, but you can't actually take it out. So it's not actually free money, because you have to gamble it first X amount of times, right? So it's like, until you have waged X amount of money, you can't take it out. And sometimes it's like, probably, I bet crypto places are like this, right? I bet crypto places are like, yeah, you can't take your money because there are problems with the systems, right? And it's like, sorry, we stole your money, fuck you, or something like this. Yeah, I don't know. This is what I wanted to talk about today, I guess. I don't have clear thoughts, to be honest. Maybe I should write something to see if I clarify myself on this, but I don't know. It's like this fucking... It makes sense to me that there is this part, right? That this height thing is real. I don't exactly know what sits at the top, exactly what sits at the bottom, but I think it's intuitive enough, right? I think it's intuitive that more or less doing is better than watching more or less, right? It's like playing FIFA is more entertaining than watching Cristiano Ronaldo play football. Maybe not, right? It's like, maybe you are bad enough at FIFA that you can't do the cool shit that someone who is a pro does in real life, right? Maybe that is frustrating. It's like maybe my lap times in Formula 1 game are slower than Verstappen's real life lap times, right? So maybe watching a real life Formula 1 race is like, holy fuck, Verstappen is fast as fuck. He can beat me in the fucking false game, right? I don't know. Maybe there is something like that where watching the real thing is actually better than the fake thing. But I think what I tried to get at with the fake is the fake is worse than real, is that when you are playing FIFA yourself, you can do something about the outcome, right? It's like when you are watching Cristiano Ronaldo play, you can cheer, you can say "whoa," you can say "fuck" when you lose. But when you are playing FIFA, you can say, "Okay, what can I do next?" You can change a strategy. You can change this play. Like, you can do something, right? It's like you are doing actually something about it. Same when you are actually playing football. When you are playing football, it's like you are actually physically there. Like you can get injured. You can, I don't know. So it's like no matter how much you watch Cristiano Ronaldo, you cannot get better at watching Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can in a sense. It's like maybe you can learn to appreciate more the more football you watch. But appreciating is never the same as even fake playing, right? And then appreciating fake playing, like for example, someone watching FIFA. It's like you can appreciate someone playing FIFA if you understand FIFA, right? It's like if you play FIFA, you understand that there are some people who are better than others. You can win certain ways, blah, blah, blah. So it makes sense that someone could watch that. But how many levels are there to it, right? Same with videos. It's like the 10 most viral reactions, the 10 most viral FIFA plays. Right? Like if there are ways of watching FIFA, right? It's like there are some people who are funnier to watching FIFA than others. You can, at some point, I don't know. It's like infinite. It gets so infinite at that point. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. I have definitely not ended this topic, so it may be a topic I bring another time. But I'm not sure if maybe tomorrow, instead of talking about random shit, I will finally get a job. Sorry, I will finally attempt to get a job. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, thank you for being here. Reacting to the top 10 videos. See, that would be funny. And also, I feel like it would be possible. Like, if you can make a top 10 something, right? If you can rank something, it means that there is a criteria, right? And if you can find the criteria, I don't know. If you can find the criteria, you can make the top 10. It's like you can put something out there, right? So, in the level of football, FIFA, watching FIFA, watching FIFA, aka watching reactions, watching reactions. It's like the criteria for all watching is the same, right? So entertainment. So for example, views. Then you have like one objective criteria, like top 10 most viral FIFA reactions. And then you can, if they are subjective, because it's after all it's a reaction, it's like you can say funniest. Maybe for you they are the funniest, right? So maybe there is also a funny scale on the reactions. It's like maybe there is also a funny scale on the reactions of the reactions, right? And if there is a funny scale on everything, it's like you can make infinite steps. But yeah, bye.